The concept of this fucking sucks. You're gonna get a fungus. You're gonna get herpes. You're gonna get some kind of disease. It's a public pool. Do you know how fucking, like, septic that water must be?
Wait. He walks up and just...
I need 3,
Sync the audio.
2, 1.
That was nice.
That was
a very good
That was
one.
crisp.
That was pretty good.
Okay.
Not gonna lie.
How
Are we
close
ready?
to the mic should I be?
Yeah,
folks?
you can.
That's
like this
perfectly
the whole
fine.
fucking time.
That's pretty good.
Are we
You
ready?
don't have to be
Classy.
like there the whole time, but like if you really want to emphasize your point.
Bro, I got ADD. This is where I'm gonna be the fucking for like 2 minutes before I forget.
Are we ready? Let's do it.
Yes, King.
Take us away.
Howdy, y'all. Welcome out to a new Rootin' Tootin' episode of Nobody's Gonna Listen.
Nobody?
No, none of y'all are gonna listen.
None.
I mean, fucking more.
I'm your host with the most, the ragtaginist, rootinest, tootinest, gunslinger
Yeah, please stop.
in the West.
You remind me of my 16-year-old brother.
Ryan Tocheri. And with me are my 2 normal co-hosts.
Yo, Ryan.
What?
I mean, Ralph
What?
should.
Fine.
No, Ralph, you should give the toothpick to Ryan so he can.
Just pass it off.
he can add to his.
Oh my god.
It's just,
What
it's
if
just
we
too.
kiss through a toothpick on our podcast?
What if he kissed?
And toothpick, and I just passed it. French style.
What if I gave you an
Ramos.
STD?
Shout out my coworkers who found my fucking podcast.
Thank you.
Wait, I'm sorry, I cut you off. What was your name?
Ralph Ramos.
Okay, sick.
What's your name?
My name? My name is Sheriff Kristoffer Bradley Cruz. Howdy,
How? And with us is an incredible guest. One of the guests I've been most excited to have on. World-renowned actor, Danny DeVito, everybody.
Hey there, everybody. It's me. The best compliment I ever received on this impression is that it's a little off.
Who said that?
This girl I knew in high school. I don't think I should say her name. Like,
No.
No, we
great,
don't want to dox
we're
her.
friends. We're buds, but
You're not
I don't
gonna
wanna-
dox.
I don't want to out her for her beef. It's not actually
it's
beef.
not an expose.
She literally said I did a cheeky video of it, and she's commented on it, and she said the best part about this is that it's just not quite there. Which is probably the funniest thing somebody's ever told me. But my name is actually Elisar Haydar. I'm an artist, and that's all there is to me.
Congrats
So, yeah.
on hitting 10K.
Oh my god, yes!
Yeah.
The best part of that is I can actually post links in stories. Like, that's the only thing I've been looking forward to for like a year.
Hey, cowards. If you haven't subscribed to GOOSHLEMS yet, we're getting close to 200.
We're too
It
away.
would mean the absolute world to me.
It would mean the absolute world to me.
If you would subscribe for more.
Gross.
Whoa!
Stop. No, wait. I'm gonna shout out my buddy Callum at work. Callum goes to Sheridan, wears a really nice hat.
God can.
He does this thing that if you throw it to him, he'll hit that whoa, dude. And the other day, dude, people, I was telling you two about this. The other, dude, there are people who go all out with it. They're doing like dribbles with it and being like, you'll be like, oh, and everyone will be like, oh. And then the other day, I'm in my garbage truck and he's in the garbage truck behind me and I'm just chilling there and I see him behind me and we see each other in the mirror. And like I went like this to the mirror. I went, and he went, and he did it.
Oh, I have fucking something sick. Oh, can we swear? Can I cuss?
Yeah,
of
you can.
course.
Oh my god.
Fuck yeah, you
I
can.
can cuss and shit on here. Cool.
Yeah.
So my coworker, I was by the drive-thru, and it's like this fucking long ass hallway, basically, to the ovens. And he was by ovens, so he's holding like the long ass tongs that we got. And I don't know what possessed me in this moment. Mind tossing pitching a baseball at him, and he assumed full position, but misinterpreted my action as a football instead. So he went long, dropped the tongs, and nearly rammed into a customer that was sitting in the chair that's like adjacent to the ovens. He didn't, but if he did, there probably would have been a lawsuit because this dude is fucking heavy. Because he would have like rammed into this guy, like, because he booked it across the like floor. But yeah, fun tossing of imaginary balls.
That's
to
incredible.
coworkers.
That is my third favorite ball story.
Oh,
What's your first favorite? Or your second first?
in order, in ascending order.
Yeah.
I don't know. One time I was dribbling a tennis ball, and like I got hit in the balls with it, and like there was like
double the
Double
ball.
ball?
Yeah, that was dude. 3 balls made contact at once, and it was like.
Oh my god, I have to do the math. I was like, wait, where's the third ball, folks?
Mr. Smith is out there. We can go test.
We
our
can have.
theory.
There's some human anatomy mannequins.
So it hit me in the balls, and there was like I don't know if this is just like a dude thing.
no, Ryan, you have
but
one singular ball.
I have one
You're
singular
about to
ball.
alienate 33% of the people here right now.
So
Prepared for this.
basically, what happened was there was like a delayed reaction to the pain. Like it just went like thunk, and then
And you're like, oh, this is fine.
The vibration in your head.
that's what it was. Like it was literally just like
Too accurate.
it was just exactly what happened. Like it hit me, I go. Oh, I didn't really feel anything. And then I was like shaking. I was like, I need to sit down. And like, that was my second favorite ball story. My first.
Tell us the first one.
What is
Oh,
your first favorite
you want to know
ball
my?
story?
This isn't my first favorite. This is a fucked up ball story. This is a fucked up ball story. I knew a guy in high school who was like,
Who had the biggest balls?
oh no, never mind.
Why'd you look at me?
Remember the time someone once told us that they had a dick measuring contest?
Yes!
I
On the
remember.
field.
Were you there?
Oh, I do remember. That's
Well, he was just like, dude, all of a sudden, everyone just whipped their dicks out, and they were like, mine's so much bigger than yours.
Oh, I remember in like grade 7, I overheard like the popular guys. They were talking about their fucking dicks for some reason.
7th
And
grade?
And one of we were on the playground.
Men
I
are
was
fucked up,
but one of them said 10 inches. We were in grade 7. That doesn't
Dude,
make sense.
He's like limping. He's walking like really like.
I think he has like an issue.
Dude, that's both a blessing and a
Go to
curse.
the fucking doctor.
Is there a doctor in the house?
Venus reduction.
Anyway,
Tell us your first favorite ball story. I demand it.
we were in we were at like a park late at night, and there's a splash pad.
We were in a public place.
So do you know how like splash pads? There's always that like pole in like the middle of the splash pad where people think that's where like if you press it, the water turns on.
Everything's gonna go, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fucked. That's
Dude, one day, I don't know, we were like, it was late, and I'm a good person, so I wasn't involved in this. I was a bystander. This one dude just walks up, and I don't know what possessed him. Again, he was fucked up. He just goes, dude, I'm gonna rub my balls on that pole.
How old was this person?
We were like 16.
Oh.
And
That's
I just,
too old.
dude, it's dark outside, right? So just silhouetted against the moonlight, I just see the dude walk over.
You see a silhouette of a ball sack coming out.
No,
Like,
he walks.
the concept of this fucking sucks. You're gonna get a fungus. You're gonna get herpes. You're gonna get some kind of disease. It's a public pool. Do you know how fucking like septic that water must
Yeah,
be?
wait. He walks up and is silhouetted against the moonlight. I just
No. Oh.
see, and then he goes on,
Him reaching into the pants.
reaching into his pants. I see him go on his tippy toes and just go.
And then the stress.
Did it activate though? Did it activate?
It's like it hurts so good, but the goof is too important.
And then I see him holster his weapon. I see him reverse.
Don't use metaphor for this.
I see him reverse his.
Fuck you.
I see him reverse his tippy toes, and then I saw
his tippy
him walk away with like a
Just too please.
like this has been a great prank, and then.
Stop.
No, I hope not because of what happened next. I
Oh,
felt
what did happen? Okay.
I felt really bad because I was like children play in this park.
Oh no! Fuck.
So I had water, and I fucking poured water on
thank
it
you.
because I was
so
like,
helpful.
I wouldn't even step near that. What are you doing?
You know what?
And you know
He
what?
did a good deed. He's a good Samaritan. That's the
Ever-
rule of
You should have.
gratitude.
Wait, was
You
this
should have used
before?
your hands and soap and just scrubbed it. You know.
You know what?
That-
Interesting you say that. Ever since then, I have pus-filled warts on my hand. That's not true. But no, I don't talk to that person anymore, and I think I blocked him. So that was my story. Wonderful weather we're having today. The weather has
Oh,
been
yeah, it's
excellent.
great. 30 degrees, sunny.
As a person,
Fucking hot.
as a
Always
person
sunny
who,
in
Philadelphia, Danny,
Hello.
you call me. Christopher, can you send me the questions we have for Aylar today?
Oh yes. Ah.
Oh, I didn't say that.
What?
That was my tag. EHLIHR. That's EHLIHR.
It's okay, I'll just
Thank
sauce you my
Follow it
phone,
up.
bro.
Oh, thanks, bro.
You just flash it in fucking like neon on the screen or on the
Got.
right here.
Got
Like this
four.
happens on every fucking
Four
video I ever
stuff.
see. They always forget to do that. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
just like,
just like blank,
it's
right there.
here and it's fucking blank.
So-
like nothing is going on.
Our editor will do it.
Okay.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
Stop giving him more work to do.
Sorry.
stop giving me more work to do.
What was I gonna say? We have a few comments for Ellie, of course.
You.
All from frequent commenters, as you would. Only one from Hanan here. So
I'm very surprised.
Hanan's like slipping a little. Ralph has to look to make sure.
Shocked.
Hanans are.
That's a
I'm just
wonderful
not
shirt, by the way.
interesting
Ralph.
enough.
Thank
It's
you, sir.
fine.
It's my work shirt.
Oh, I was gonna say about the weather. As a person who does labor outside in the sun all day, cool
suck.
the
Were you
fuck
wearing?
off.
Were you wearing the hat? Well,
No, although a friend of mine at work, shout out Aaron,
yeehaw.
wears a hat similar to this, and I legitimately thought about bringing this to work today and being like, "Howdy," and then
There is something like visceral about sweating in a building where it's literally just you and your coworker sweating and everybody else is fucking peachy. And you have to decide, do I go to the back to wipe the sweat off?
do you know what's
Do I just show them my
Oh.
fucking pain?
upper lip perspiration?
Like,
is
oh my god!
Upper lip
So
perspiration
bad.
is so irritating.
It's so, cause it's
It's
there.
highly visible
It's
too.
highly visible.
It's like beady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Ralph
bad.
can relate
Ellie
so
knows.
much.
I fucking get it, folks.
One day,
The
Ralph,
labor of,
in like
of
20
the buck.
One of the only things I remember from grade 11, like vividly, is you tweeting one day, upper lip perspiration high, in like June.
In June?
That's
You
when
know
it
that-
starts.
That's
Yeah.
when.
God.
That's when.
Okay, I thought you just remembered like the dates that he fucking tweets.
One of the most fucked up things that happens at work is because people get like you like get injured sometimes at work.
Yeah, that's for you.
During Canada Day, I was working a night shift, and Canada Day was fucking gross because it was
Yeehaw!
like, yeehaw! It was like
Hey,
30. It was like 35 degrees without
Oh,
humidity.
Yeah, no, that's fucked.
Everyone's like sweating balls,
Oh my god, it was so hot. I still
and
remember.
I was like getting kind of like disoriented because it was really hot, and I'm in a very crowded area, like picking garbage. I run into a sign because the can's right next to it. And I'm trying to like avoid people, and I had this really fucked up moment, really bad like hit in the head. I didn't know if I was sweating or if I was bleeding.
That's fucked. Because it's
So,
dark
like,
too,
I'm-
so you can't like even see if you wipe it off.
It was still
Awesome.
sunny, but like even then, I was like the rest like next like 45 minutes, I was doing this weird like head thing where I was like rubbing against my hair, seeing if there was
Yeah.
blood. There wasn't, but like it kind of becomes a consistent problem.
Yeah.
It's weird though.
For me, I just stopped connecting with customers. I'm like, I'm gonna make your drink.
You're just like
Don't
hi, like you're
fucking-
bleeding down the
No,
face.
I'm just like, all right, John, your latte's next, and like, don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah,
You'll
right.
Be done in a minute. Like, fuck.
Dude, some of the anyway.
Anyways.
Ellie, someone has a question for you. It's from Austin. Who were your Smash mains?
I'm sad. My brother has the Switch. I don't.
But do you
fucking-
play?
No.
Do you play the Switch?
So
I played Smash once. That's a lie. I mained Kirby, and I will say I lost so badly and with so much aggression and pride. Kirby, because he's pink and round and he eats stuff.
That's
Yum, yum,
literally
yum.
everyone who plays
Smash one.
Yeah.
So
Wait, what are your Smash mains?
I was gonna say to get this to get like a better fuller answer. What are your? You go first. What's yours?
No, wait.
Right.
Fucking
Rob the Robot.
yeah, that's Ryan.
Rob's my main.
I also fucking love the little NPC guy, the one with the villager.
Oh, Villager. Yeah.
And specifically for one reason, because he was in a what's it called, McElroy goof, where this is so much context. So they did a fucking playthrough of Skyrim. Touch the Skyrim. That was the name of
Touch the Skyrim.
That was the name of the series.
Oh.
This is before it turned out Nick Robinson was a creep. But anyway.
Oh, yeah.
They modded the fuck out of Skyrim to make it like with all of the skins from like the villagers and stuff from I guess Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, from Animal.
And they redid, like, he reenacted with the villager the meme where he's just like, back at it again at Krispy Kreme, and he fucking knocked over his And they managed to recreate it in the game, so I played as a villager, and I was like, I don't know this dude's fucking abilities besides having fists that are round and being very cool. But yeah, that's my
Villager's
other
pretty
Smash
cool.
main. That's your fuller answer, Ryan. Fuck
I
you.
can, if you really want, I can give you my Smash main for every Smash game.
Oh, that's too much.
Okay, he's gonna
Oh,
do
there
it.
he goes. This is why I don't play
Goes
Smash.
Samus, Link, Samus. I've never actually really played Wii U. And Rob.
Oh, that's it? Okay, cool.
Okay, but why Rob though? I can think of one specific move why you always play
Okay,
Rob.
one, his arm attack is
Oh, the fucking
super
twirly
the
thing.
spinny shit.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you.
Sorry.
Okay, but to be fair,
Oh, he's
I had-
cute. I had to Google what Rob was.
as a
baby.
discussion piece, any Smash character can be really good if you play them well.
Mm-hmm.
And as I
Like Kirby
played the game more and more,
Villager.
I started to have like a more varied Rob moveset. Rob's hard to control just because there's like an attack delay.
Ooh.
His attacks are really powerful, but there's a
It's
delay.
so-
It's similar with Kirby, where after you do the really powerful Kirby attacks, there's like a delay where you're stuck as like a rock or something for a bit. Speaking of spamming attacks,
Yeah,
Who's your-
Falcon Punch, let's go. Yeah, Captain Falcon. Every time, just smash on that B button, I think it is.
one of my
Yeah.
favorite moments from us as like a friend group was
You
a
always
few-
trying to fucking land the Falcon Punch.
Is-
And the
Yeah.
few times you get it and you're so happy, it kind of makes me happy.
This guy looks like a jacked Robin.
Yeah.
He looks like if Robin just got fucked up.
One of my favorite moments of us as a friend group was a few weeks ago when we were all playing. It was the three of us, Jess and Danielle, and we were playing Smash. And I tweeted about it afterwards. It was me and you. At the end of this match, it was me and you against Ralph, and we were just both like kind of like tag teaming him.
fuck you guys.
And Ralph sounded like an 11-year-old that had his cell phone taken away. This is exactly what he sounded like. He was like, "Okay, Falcon Punch. Wait, no, wait, Ryan, stop, Ryan, no, Ryan!" And then he gets.
Like the Sonic kid.
I haven't like unlocked Loud Ralph yet. I'm only at like Chiller, who has funny
No,
tweets
no,
and likes basketball stage. Like that's,
No,
that's where we're at, and I'm kind of hurt.
We're at the stage
It's
where
better play
Ralph.
Smash or something then.
We're at the
should.
stage where Ralph like will like go to like fucking like Black Canary high pitch.
If you kill Ralph in Smash, he will like grab a pillow and fucking hit you with it. While
He like
you're-
fucking took you out that day.
I'd be
Dude,
great
this
with
man
it.
just
I'm
like
so fucking bad at competitive Nintendo games. It's like not even funny. I still have a video clip of me fucking playing
look your phone?
Mario Kart.
Yeah, I was about to ask
But
that.
like that was like 6 years after the last time I had played Mario Kart, and I was way too into it, way too aggressive, way too competitive, and I came 18th. So like,
but,
bro,
18.
it was bad.
low key. Me and my buddy at work. Our name's JP. Shout out JP. I'm shouting out everybody at work too. We're kind of like low key hot commodities for night shifts because we're the only two that have switches,
Oh.
and we bring them to work.
So like they're like, oh,
The
Ryan, you bring
kings.
your Switch.
I didn't bring my Switch the other day, and I had a solo shift, so I'm sitting alone in a truck for an hour, and I was just like,
You're just like twiddling your thumbs.
I didn't know what to
What
do.
am I supposed to do? Play games on my phone?
Do you know what I used to do in like math in high school? I
What?
would pretend I had a keyboard on my leg, and I would just start typing shit.
Like, that's kind of sad.
I was bored and Muslim. What did you expect me to do?
That's a good point.
I was sitting there like,
Dude,
fuck me, dude. Like,
the
all
best
right.
thing-
Sitting in like
Writing
a
Berlin
Catholic.
Foundation on my leg.
I
It's
had-
a fucking joke.
I had a period 2 spare in high school.
We
The
stand.
second they were like, everyone please head down to mass. Dude, it was like a mass fucking exodus. Like, everyone's like, to the student parking! And they're just like sprinting, they're like diving into people's cars. You don't know whose car it is, but it's leaving the school. So it's a ticket.
Wouldn't no, okay, I wouldn't.
You fucking doxed him.
You're security guard.
Our security guard.
Wouldn't we
gotta
like
bleep
lock
out
the
the
back
name.
doors so like you guys couldn't escape?
No, dude,
swear that's what it was.
I know ways out. We knew ways out.
By
Me
the
and
time I
Juan
hit grade
went,
12,
like-
we had like allies in the school, like teachers, not gonna fucking out them, who just let me stay in their room. Like
That's
I remember
legendary.
fucking bargaining with my teacher. I was like,
We never had
bro,
that.
I could study for our history test, my guy. He doesn't work at our school, so it doesn't even fucking matter anymore. But like, I was like, I could be studying for my history test, but like, whatever. And he was like, yeah, okay. He literally let me listen to music during tests, and I was in IB. Like, this is like a
Yeah,
serious
that's,
like academic thing. And I would literally be sitting there with fucking headphones in,
Yeah.
just listening to music, like while I was, and I had my
AirPods
phone up
in.
so that he could see I wasn't listening to shit. Like, if he wanted to check, fucking by all means. But I was like literally writing my test, and I'm like listening to Panic or whatever the fuck I was listening to. Like,
That's so
like,
funny.
yeah, it was a good time. High school was good for me.
Wow.
In like the last 2 months.
What the? Okay, my Smash Man.
Oh wow, we're still.
This
I
wrapped around
don't.
so long.
I don't really have one.
Mood. Oh my god.
I thought it was
King.
Lil Man.
That was for Wii U. He sucks. He sucks now.
Or did they nerf Little Man?
They nerfed him a lot for Ultimate. Now it's like whatever. I'm starting to get good with Mario a bit. I still have to practice with him a bit more. So I would say Mario. At the
Basic
beginning,
bitch.
it was Pichu.
Oh,
then-
you with your Pichu phase was legitimately fascinating.
Oh, it was Pichu, and then that's when I discovered that Pichu was like straight up top tier. I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't play him because he's like
Good.
really good, and I don't want to be like unfair. you know?
Pichu, who was infamously shit,
Yeah.
and is now like a god. It's
Straight up. Pichu, like, the only thing that balances Pichu out is that literally he can be killed really easily.
It's similar with that Jigglypuff attack, that if you time that one attack perfectly, like the sleeping one,
Yeah.
you're like fucking unstoppable. But if you don't, then you screw yourself over. It's kind of incredible.
Yeah. Totally.
Ellie's an expert. Ellie, why don't you give us your opinion on how Ganondorf is simply a...
Ganondorf's a fucking dad and a hunk. Ganon dad, my guys.
Oh my god.
Ganondorf, more like Ganon fucking dork, my guy.
More like Ganondilf.
Oh. Oh.
Thanks, y'all. I'll be here all day.
Oh god, I hope not.
Yeehaw.
That's what a lot of people say.
Who asked the Smash question?
Austin.
Austin.
Good job knowing your audience, Austin. Thank you.
Wow. You want to talk about knowing your audience? Catastrophe says,
Oh, Faye. Hi, Faye.
only watching for Ellie.
Hi, Faye. Oh my
I'm
god.
joking.
Faye honestly was so fucking good in high school. She
And
was
I'm
so
only
funny.
and I'm only talking to you because you commented. Next, I'm kidding. Well, this is an interesting one from a person we've actually never had a comment from. I've never heard of this person. Perhaps we can have them on sometime. Ethan Zucan.
Oh, yeah.
this
Who the fuck
bitch.
is
I think
that?
he's downstairs or something.
I saw him as I walked
Yeah,
in.
he is. He's straight up working downstairs. We saw.
I saw him as I walked
Shout
in.
out to Ethan.
Yeah.
Faye, I'm kidding.
Shout out to Faye because I did this to you because
You like my tweet. You like my tweets a lot, so therefore I like you.
You're cool.
She's a queen. Okay.
Catastrophe Queen.
Faye, I really like your candy tasting videos. They're actually really fucking funny.
Wait, what?
They're fascinating. She works
Oh,
at
yeah.
a candy
I-
shop. And they
I
have
watch.
the
I
strangest
watch
shit.
those sometimes too. Yeah.
They're
Oh, I've
really-
been there. That's a good place.
She works there,
Never
and
been.
like she will fuck. I don't know if this is doxing technically. Oops. Maybe block out the thing I said. Like the place I said she worked at.
Yeah.
Like she works at a candy shop,
Yeah.
and
We'll
fucking
bleep that out.
sometimes she'll like get candy from work and taste test it, and she'll rate it out of 5 or something. I can't remember the exact rating scale she uses, but it's like always like nasty shit. Like one of them was like spicy gum or like spicy mints, and I was like, why would
Spicy.
you ever purchase this? A lot of bug themed.
Yeah. There's a lot of
candies.
bugs. One.
Those ones are the rankest ones. I
Really?
think. Like
At that
emotionally.
location?
Those are crunchies.
Shouldn't everything be like
I mean,
bougie and shit?
no, if it's a candy store and you're dedicated, like you're gonna run out of ideas pretty fucking quick.
Fair enough,
So.
fair enough.
Bugs are pretty fucking bougie, man. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
They're bougie here, but not anywhere else in the world where they're just like normal food or like a delicacy. Here it's
yeah.
just like, bro, chicken's gonna be fucking gone in like 10 years.
Bruh.
eat a cricket.
Eat Fam says, do your Danny DeVito impression.
I already did at the beginning, so I don't think I'm gonna anymore.
And of course, everyone say it with me. This one's from Hanan.
Hanan. Hi, Hanan.
She says, "Why are you so cool?"
Aww. Oh my god, thank you.
Hanan says that to every single day.
Yes. You're no longer special.
Well, fucking whatever. I'm cool because I treat every conversation like I'm in a sitcom or a stand-up routine, which that's fun.
Yeah, right.
That was our
Yeah,
laugh track.
that's thank you. I appreciate that.
We don't have like the button thing where you can press it and add a.
I don't know. I'm
We need a
loud.
soundboard too.
I'm loud. That's kind of cool, eh?
Oh, speaking of soundboards,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I
No,
was
I was literally floundering. You're good.
I was thinking of going on eBay. Let's check it out.
Oh,
quickly.
fuck yeah.
Of finding there's a TV show. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It was kind of niche. It was called iCarly, and there was a thing where they would have like a laugh track button on like a remote.
Bro, I wrote
and they
iCarly
sold that
fanfiction in
remote.
elementary school. What? They did?
Wait, what?
I wrote
No, I
iCarly
heard-
fanfiction in
yeah, I was-
elementary school.
I was gonna brush past that.
Here it is. You can get it for
Fucking life,
$20.
Teddy was nasty.
Lazy-
$20?
Cowards.
Wow.
We're about to buy it.
Christmas
Oh
gift
fuck!
for me.
Have on it. Which sound?
Oh, it has like the woo and like a boo.
Is it random dancing?
Dude, okay.
Random dancing.
Fucking those kids should have gotten bullied so hard. Okay.
Oh my God, Ralph! There's a random dancing button.
Do it. Spaghetti
Okay.
tacos.
Random.
Here's my unpopular opinion. Carly fucking sucked. She was like annoying as fuck.
Yeah, Carly
She
was, like-
so boring. Sam and Freddie and Spencer were where it was fucking at. Gibby fucked. Gibby absolutely fucked. Who else fucked?
Yo, okay, wait.
That shows why I know the word
Dude,
Rue.
Gibby-
I fuck with that.
Gibby doesn't make
Oh, yeah,
love.
Neville.
Gibby doesn't have sex. Gibby
fucked.
fucks.
Speaking about Gibby, the actor who plays Gibby, Noah Monk, he's on a new show called The Goldbergs.
Is he a hunk?
Yeah, good show.
Yeah.
You say new show? It's been on for like 6
No,
years.
no, no. He's on another show. No,
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
You
Fucking,
know, he plays Naked Rob.
he literally plays a character that takes off his shirt.
Yeah, it's straight up like a Gibby
It's
reference.
Gibby.
Gibby, you know what?
typecasted.
Gibby looks like the kid who bullied me.
Is that Gibby now or is it?
This is like Gibby recently, I think.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
fucking know.
He looks basically the same.
Yeah, apparently he's a super nice dude too. He's like super chill.
I heard, yes.
He tells some.
Y'all fucking heard about the guy who like made iCarly having like a
I was
distinct
about-
foot fetish?
I was about to
Dan
say.
Schneider, right?
Dan
They asked,
Schneider.
they asked him about that on a podcast, and he was like, I was 14. No, like they asked Gibby. And he was like, I was 14, I never noticed anything, but looking at the feet shit in context, it's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah, dog.
And he said, like, he did it like really like cordially. He was like, listen, I am in no position to like.
Yeah, no, of course. I don't think
Make a
anybody
comment.
who was on this show is gonna be like.
'Cause there's also,
yeah,
like-
Dan Schneider said he would lick my feet for $20.
There's also, like, yeah, there's shit like that, right? There's like weird, low key, like pedophilic shit.
Oh,
And
just
he-
to like
they
cover our
asked-
ass for defamation.
They asked him, and he
Like,
was like,
yeah.
I'm not in any position to say, just say I never noticed anything.
Yeah.
And seems like a fun dude. Oh, guys, Skate 3.
Skate 3.
My Skate 3 copy's coming in soon. Just got an email.
Hell yeah.
Should we get to our?
Elaborate card.
Should we get to the topics at hand today?
Hell yeah.
Oh, you got
So-
all laid out.
Oh wait, I got 2 questions first from
okay.
my followers that I'm just gonna answer, and if you guys want to answer as well.
Let's do it.
When will your Gamer Girl bathwater be available for purchase?
Yes, Ellie. I too am wondering when your game.
September for $25 US. It's competitive pricing.
I was gonna
with
say that's
Delphine.
less. That's less.
It's
than-
competitive. I'm
Yeah.
trying to be competitive with her. I know my audience. I know what they'll pay for. What about you guys?
Gamer girl bathwater. Oh,
Are we
wait, first
buying it or are we selling it?
No, we're selling
Okay,
it.
both.
We're selling
what would
your
you buy?
Gamer Girl.
What price would Delphine? Not mine, obviously. That would be fucking disgusting. Belle Delphine. That's the girl who sells the Gamer,
Gamer
Girl
Girl
bath.
bathwater.
Does that?
You don't. You didn't know
People-
about that?
Somebody,
I saw that on my timeline. I
Some
thought it
dude
was a
fucking
joke.
boiled hot dogs in that fucking water. Like, for real. It was like, yeah, it adds an interesting flavor. Yeah, dude, this is fucking real.
She
It
straight
has
up
like a
bathes and she bottles it and she sells it for $35. That shit sold out in like 3 days because creepy fucking greasy
like
Neckbeard.
teens or
like
whatever.
yeah neckbeard teens.
Like whatever. But,
Dudes
like,
that
yeah.
get offended by Gillette commercials buy bathwater.
But like, there's a disclaimer that's like, don't fucking what's it called? Drink it because it's bathwater.
Yeah.
Anyway,
of course.
Ralph, I'd like to know from you, how much would it have to be for you to purchase it?
To purchase your
Getting-
bathwater?
No, Belle Delphine's.
Gamer girl bathwater.
Keep in mind, she's a
How
fucking
much-
babe.
How much?
She's a gamer girl.
She's a
Ralph.
gamer girl, bro.
She uses Discord, dude.
She's a girl who games and she's on fucking Discord,
You
dude.
can play 2K.
Bro,
That's the game that I play.
Don't
Wait, how much does it retail for?
it's 35. What sale would it have to be on for you to fucking buy it?
$29.99.
Upsettingly high. Ryan, what about you?
fucking like $1. I don't think I'm creepy enough to buy.
That doesn't matter. Imagine you're creepy enough, but how much would it have to be? How much would you be willing to spend?
If
I
you
had-
were creepy enough, how
If
much?
I had a beard only here, and I wore this hat unironically, then I would buy it at 40.
Oh, this is ironic.
Is it at 40?
Yeah, bro.
40?
But that's above retail.
My God.
That's the point. Listen,
the markup with inflation
Yeah.
in 5 years.
It's 35. It's 35 US.
40 Canadian.
Which is basically like
30.
40 US?
No,
Yeah,
no.
see, we're making money.
Yeah. fine.
No, honestly,
You're
straight
not
up,
making shit.
did you hear about the people that actually drank it and now
Yeah.
they have fucking herpes?
No, that was a goof. That was not.
Oh,
that was
really?
not real.
I thought
I
that would've
fucking
been-
wish.
Did you
it
hear
was a
about the
goof, it wasn't
people
real.
from fucking 4chan who did like some like fucking like biology tests on it and found out that it wasn't actually bathwater because they didn't find like human DNA in it?
Interesting, Chris. Don't think I fucking forgot about you. How much would you spend on Gamer Girl bathwater?
Oh, I would spend
Say a funny number. Say a funny number. End it on a good note.
fucking 69. 400 and
69,000 yen and 420 yen. There we go. Now it works out.
That's like about 4
If I was really into, if I was a person who would buy gamer girl bathwater, which if you are a person who wants to buy gamer girl bathwater,
Full shame.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not sorry.
What the
That's
fuck?
disgusting. Bro.
What the fuck?
Just bruh. Can we all get a bruh in chat, folks?
Bruh.
We get an F for everyone who spent.
Bruh, sound effect number 2.
Oh, and then this is the other one. If you could be really good at one thing, what would it be?
Living.
Okay. Non-ironic answer, please.
We're running low on money here, and we haven't eaten in 4 days. No, honestly, one thing I could be good at: time management.
Oh.
Let's say time management.
Wow, what a responsible
Yeah.
answer. You're both boring and real, and I respect that. What about you, Ralph?
Basketball. Of course.
Bro.
I would have made the high school team. I'm in the NBA right now.
You could have been in the NBA.
With
Dude.
my idol LeBron.
In an alternate timeline, you, LeBron, and Kawhi are on the Lakers
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
The Lakers? Oh, yeah, fuck. That bitch transferred. Anyway.
To the Clippers.
The Clippers.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he cut out of Toronto.
Yeah.
Woof.
Got the
All
chip
right. Chris, what would you be good at?
What would I be good at? Oh fuck. I don't know how
Being
to.
a bad person.
I don't know how to. What?
I'm just. That was a very bad joke. Anyway.
I don't know how to top Ryan's answer.
Time
Time
management.
management.
Time management?
Money management.
All right. Now we have all the fucking practical answers.
Paying my car insurance.
Oh, bro.
Oh, getting my mortgage payments on time.
Fuck. This is just depressing.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, no.
Okay.
Being able to. I think being able to talk to people.
I just want to
That's a
do.
good one.
I just want to do TikTok dances really good because I try to do them at work, but it always looks a little sad. Like I can fucking do this, but it doesn't look good.
I really want to be
My
good.
one-
account. Don't tell me. You
I do, but I made it for like a day because I want to see the funny ones. I watch a lot of TikToks that feel like Vines comps.
Dude,
because
I miss.
yeah.
It's
You
gotten
miss
to the
Vine?
point where I know too many Vines, and like I just want something new. I need more
You
stimuli.
want something fresh?
I need something fresh. There are some fucking funny ones though.
There are some
like
funny
some
ones.
are like shockingly good.
No, they're
There's-
good. There's some
because
good
you
quality
know it's
TikToks.
the new generation. It's like my brother's generation is now on like TikTok and shit.
Yeah, it's the new Vine.
We're the oldies now because we were on Vine, but like they were on fucking TikTok. And like there's
Oh.
one that sometimes I still think about it. It's oh shit. It's me when I fucking hit my friend as a joke in Minecraft, and then his 500 wolves. It's genuinely so fucking funny because it's like this Russian like Hosna, da, 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 and it's like that filter or whatever. This is not funny if you're not watching it. I realize that this is so bad.
Ellie, you have
for
to show
Audible.
this to us later.
It's so funny. Trust. Anyway.
What would you?
Yeah, you didn't answer.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't answer the one.
I did. I want to be good at TikTok dance.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, what do I actually... Oh, this one's for all the fucking people who work at a Starbucks drive-thru. Double barring. I would love to be able to have a headset on and make drinks for the drive-thru while also making drinks for the cafe and not getting a panic attack every single time because when it gets busy, double barring is like a nightmare position. Like, bar is either your best friend or your worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally for the people who've worked where you have more than one channel of order. Anyway, that's my real answer.
Wow.
Also, saving money because
Oh
holy
boy.
fuck.
You chose two things.
My mother,
And TikTok.
she discovered my Amazon purchases.
Puts on your sunglasses.
Goodness gracious me, cowards.
When your mom goes through your Amazon purchases and sees
Bro.
Gamer Girl
Bro.
bathwater.
Bro,
Wait, I was gonna do something really terrible. I was gonna go. When your mother sees that you buy a lot of video games, candies, and adult objects on on Amazon.
You bought the Avengers
fucking
themed
hate it.
dildo, right?
Oh, the fucking Hulk dildo that's
Yeah.
like this big. That's so funny. Anyway.
It could also be subbed in for a Shrek dildo.
That's
Ooh.
That's true too.
I respect that one.
I
Marvel.
also
Let's look at indie creators, folks.
Let's respect independent films,
Check.
guys.
So I asked the audience
Ew.
about some interesting topics, and 3 people responded,
Ooh.
which is approximately 7 less than what we had last time I asked this.
Aw, F.
Keep in mind, we really only have like 20 something minutes left.
What?
Actually?
Yeah,
What time
this has
is
been
it?
40 fucking minutes, my guy.
Oh no.
It's all good.
Okay, really
Okay,
quick.
okay.
Let's. I had so many
7
things.
topics, 20 minutes.
Okay, let's do like a lightning round. Scary stories. This is from Austin.
Let's do it.
Scary stories.
I know. Okay, we already talked about horror stories a few weeks back. Let's say, forget the horror stories. What experiences that you have gone through have been legitimately scary for you?
Every time I go to my fucking basement.
Okay, is that
Everything
something
that
If I'm
Ralph
home alone
I just- my whole
and
fucking
I
life.
go to the basement, fuck me, I am running
I was
to
gonna
get
say.
whatever I'm down there for, and I am running where there is light and a direct connection to the outside.
Like,
Next.
do you have a problem when you like? Is that something you grow out of? Like being afraid of a dark
Not
basement,
yet.
running up the stairs, and you're like, something's gonna get me.
I
as
used
you-
to be afraid of the rooms upstairs when it was night anyway, but now it's just the basement, so maybe eventually I won't be a little cow.
We mentioned this
Hey.
a few weeks.
You guys are a little cowards.
Oh.
Everybody's a little
I'm a
coward.
coward, especially.
We mentioned a few weeks back about my house and how it's
Is it haunted?
supposedly haunted.
Ooh.
I will
It's very
admit that
sexy.
I've heard things, weird
You
things.
think a ghost has seen you when you're taking a shower?
Oh my god, what if we
God.
kissed while you're
I was gonna say, what if
What
if
if-
we kissed in the shower while a ghost watches us?
What
That's
if we
not what I was thinking.
What if
I
we
think
kissed
Fuck
while you were
Ghost
dead?
Ryan.
Yeah, fucking Ghostbusters.
I was gonna say the Ghostbusters. Remember the scene? Okay, for those of you
Where
who
like
haven't-
ghost
nut.
sucks its
Yeah,
dick?
it sucks his dick. It's a wonderful
love it.
scene.
Some Ghostbusters.
I don't know how they
Ghost
put
bust-
that
I've never
shit in
seen
there.
Oh.
Yo, the ghost
Let's-
busted.
Yeah, yo, he ghost
Busted a
busted a
nut.
nut. This is sort of off topic, but kind of on topic. Have you guys seen the 2016 Ghostbusters movie?
No.
No, hell no.
I haven't even seen the original one. I have nothing to compare it to.
Um,
I don't watch comedies.
A bunch of anti-Gillette people really hated that movie because they were female protagonists.
Oh no, like I know the drama.
Yeah.
I just don't care. It's not relevant.
I didn't like the movie because it was badly written.
I mean, yeah.
The villain was just like a dude who was like possessed by a ghost, and you're like, okay. It was just a bunch of like really tame PG-13 comedy.
The thing is, I make a point not to watch a movie that Melissa McCarthy could star in. It's nothing personal. It's just that style of comedy is like so far beyond what I
Like
enjoy.
the original movies didn't have that either. The original movies were really witty.
I heard that the original movies was like I don't know. I heard that they were overrated on unless you watch them whenever you're like 5, which
I haven't watched.
You know
I
what?
don't know.
I think the first movie still holds up. The first movie is
there's
such a.
more than one.
There's just two.
Oh, it's
They're making a third one.
Oh,
Yeah, they're making. They're straight up making a third one as a
literally-
direct sequel to the.
They're literally
original
pretending
two.
that the 2016 one didn't exist.
I'm gonna go on like a little. I think we should talk about reboots for a bit because we mentioned the whole animated thing before. But here's the thing about reboots: if you're rebooting something, fucking stick to it.
Buddy, I have a scary story though.
Oh, you do? Okay,
us.
forget that. Yes, there's
Both
sorry.
of
It
you.
literally happened like 2 weeks ago.
Whoa!
Where was the set?
It literally happened here.
Don't say that to Ralph.
I'm out of here.
You know, you're the one
Was
who
I
warned.
there?
Yeah, you warned us about it.
What do you mean?
You know what the fuck?
I tried scaring Ralph.
Is this allowed?
No, one day during the podcast recording, we were talking about scary stories. I banged under the table and Ralph screamed, and it made me happy inside.
It
That was-
literally like the mic. I just see it bounce up. Okay,
That audio's gonna be fucked.
no straight,
yeah, but girl.
straight up like I think Ralph left early with Chris.
That was 2 weeks ago.
No wait, that was last week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was last week. Oh shit. Oh shit.
We're talking about-
Excellent.
Oh, man's in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yo,
scary as shit.
That was actually kind of scary. So Ralph and Chris Gostein, who moderated last week, left early, while me, Ryan, and Tara stayed behind because we were packing shit up.
And we got food after, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ralph calls us. We miss it, so then we call him back, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, there are like these sketchy ass dudes outside," and we're like, and they're like asking to get in the building, and I'm like,
Yeah, they're like, leave the door unlocked.
Oh,
for
that's
us.
kind of fucked.
I'm like,
So I did.
did you?
Like an idiot.
Yep.
Huh?
Whoops.
And then I'm like,
Tell you that
"Huh?"
part.
They're in this room right now.
No, so like,
holding the-
so we're
it's
like,
a-
okay, we gotta get.
goes.
I'm like, we're going out. I was like to Ryan and Tara, like, we're going out a different exit because like if they're asking to get in, I don't want to go out
Yeah, obviously.
the door. And they go like, hey, can you let us in? And we're like, nah, man, sorry, I don't have a key. When we just came in,
Walked out the front door.
so we
Like
walked.
holding the key. No, dude. This is my fucking lollipop.
No, dude, he had the fucking key on his like lanyard around his neck, and we were like, you should take that off.
I was like, oh shit, okay.
It's a little too horny for that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, and no, they were just, and we walked out the side door. They were still there.
Nah, bro. That's
This was like
kind of fucked up.
this was still like 20 minutes after Ralph had called us. So like
Yeah,
they're just
like-
they're just chilling there waiting.
Straight up just
Empty
chilling there.
parking lot. I'm like,
Did you ever find out like what they were about or no? That's kind of fucked.
yeah,
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
they're just peeping.
peeing.
They're watching.
Oh no, we had a weird. You remember the time I had just started driving? You were very mature. Remember, I had just started driving, and it was when we were. Remember the time we were hired to film someone's school project?
Yes, yep.
And
The
we,
client?
the client,
Yeah, the client.
yeah,
With
yeah.
the client.
We-
Client.
we were hired to film someone's school project, and because
Unpaid.
unpaid.
That's not
on
hired.
a Friday
you
night.
were asked and you said yes.
And because we're stupid, we never asked for compensation. 'Cause to be fair, she hired Chris, and I just came along
She
to help.
texted me. I think
Do I know
I
this
think
person?
no, you
No.
don't. I think we've mentioned this on the podcast before.
I think
but,
we have
like,
a couple times.
Like I didn't know her at all. Like I knew of her.
And I knew her like, eh.
Yeah, she was like a friend of a friend.
Of
A friend of an acquaintance basically.
Oh, woof.
And then she like got my number through that acquaintance probably.
Yeah.
And then texted me. And I was like, "Hey, can you help me out?" Literally straight up, I had to go to fucking the mall, Oakville Place. Shout out to Oakville Place.
Oh, shit.
Oakville Mall.
Oh, can I just say something? Sorry to interrupt
Yeah,
you.
it's all good.
Shout out to the fucking guy that every time I mentioned that Oakville Place was kind of a shitty mall, he's like, well, at least it's not like the mall in fucking Windsor or wherever he was from, which he was like, the hallway. If, like, this guy took every opportunity to mention how fucking shitty the Windsor, like, local mall was.
He had a vendetta. Like, he
And it's
hated
like,
that
we
place.
live in the area of this mall. And he's like, nah, bro, that mall is nicknamed the hallway. You know why? Because it's like a little hallway.
As if you
this
didn't
is the guy
know.
with the This, I'll tell you.
What?
Anyway, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh, he's not gonna fucking watch. This is the guy with the shitty photography I fucking told you.
Oh!
Oh, you told me about that
Fuck
too!
this guy!
I was there when you were talking about that.
Fuck this guy. Anyway, keep going. Should block him before this goes out. Oh,
Fucking. So she literally just makes me film her talking into the camera. Not talking to it into the camera on her phone. She's just reciting something from her
Reading
phone.
the script off her phone. Like, just straight up, the going like...
my dude.
Like project to project, blah, 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 blah. And then every so often, because this is what you're taught in public speaking in 4th grade, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. And like...
Oh, I stand that. I respect that energy.
Dude, it's like the shittiest delivery, and it's shot with like fucking pristine camera steadiness. It was like fucking like...
And she made me edit it, by the way.
cleanest garbage.
Yeah, she made you edit it.
She made me edit it.
Bruh.
What did she do exactly? Just
She
deliver
wrote.
the
She
lines?
delivered the lines. And
And
wrote
she
it.
asked, then she asked a Sephora employee if she could film in the store, and she was in there for a questionably long time. And we were just kind of awkwardly standing out there.
What a 10 out of 10 time.
Yeah.
And that's
And then
one
so we're
topic?
driving.
Oh yeah, this is how we got into the scary thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, keep in mind, I just started driving. We're driving, and as I'm switching lanes, I like low-key cut a dude off, which don't cut people off. But you know, if something happens, dude honks, and you do a simple like, "Oops, sorry, dude," and then you move on with your
I
life,
have a
right?
story after.
People make mistakes.
Yeah.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Oh, dude, I cut
Everybody has their.
I cut somebody off the other fucking day. This was actually really bad. Like, I was super at fault. Like, it was one of those things, it was rainy, and I couldn't see that the lane I was in was ending.
Oh,
And
no.
I had
Oh,
to,
in
like,
this town, that's a-
fucking merge in, like, really aggressively.
Yeah.
Luckily, I wasn't, like, going into oncoming traffic.
Ellie
That would be
took out like
fucking-
7 cars.
No, but this guy pulled up next to me and started cussing me out, like, yelling at me. And logic brain is, I'm baby girl child. I shouldn't fucking fight a middle-aged man on the road.
Yeah.
But mine was like, I can't fucking see. What am I gonna do? Fuck you! Like, literally, like, I. And then
Ellie.
he missed his left turn, and I fucking went. I was like, fuck
Oh
this.
my
He
God.
can't see my license plate. It's too wet out here for real.
It's too wet.
And like, dog, like that was maybe I thought about, and now I'm like getting nervous. That's probably my scary story. Because I was like, if that guy fucking follows me, I'm dead. Because literally a few weeks ago, there was a story on the news about a girl who like basically did the same thing, and a guy followed her and broke both her arms and her legs.
What?
I don't understand road rage, man. Like
Yeah,
I'm
that was
a
fucked.
non-confrontational, so I just like.
I was
keep
like,
going.
no, because I calmly explained at first, but he was just like that was really dangerous. I was like, I know, I'm sorry. Like I can't go back. Like I wouldn't have done that maneuver if I didn't think I could do it though, because I'm not an idiot. Like otherwise I would have just stopped. But like, he was just kept fucking berating me. I'm like, dog, honestly, fuck off. Like I don't need this anymore.
Well,
Anyway,
you were talking
yeah.
about being followed. We
Oh,
take a
no.
turn,
Yeah.
Is this a
and
segue?
guess who takes a turn with us?
Ooh.
And
The guy who you fucking cut off.
and
That's
who was
fucked.
angrily honking and like waving shit.
That's
So I'm
shit.
like, let's do a little more interesting maneuver here. We switch lanes, switch a couple lanes.
Oh yeah.
Guess who also switches a
Fucking
couple
follows.
lanes?
That's fucked.
And then we take a fucking weird ass turn, dude. Takes the fucking weird ass turn. What I should have done is I should have done the 4 lefts thing. Which is if you take a bunch of 4 lefts, which is basically a circle or a square, whatever the fuck, you know
That
what I
means
mean?
you're being followed.
That means you're being followed. It's the same thing with the escalators. If you're being followed in a mall, you go up an escalator and you immediately go down the escalator. That's like the telltale thing to do.
That somebody's following you, yeah. You just go like undo your own maneuvers.
Yeah. And fucker followed us until I think
Yeah.
we hit like a red light and we got separated and we never saw the dude again.
Good for
But
you.
we like low key like hunkered down in a parking lot for a while that night and we were just kind of like, let's just like chill in the Walmart parking lot for a bit.
And just like cool down. Because like,
It
that
was-
shit's scary.
That happened a few years ago apparently at my work. 2 girls
Oh god.
were fucking followed by a dude
Yeah,
and
you told me about this.
and he started yelling at them through the car and they had to call. My boss is like a total like dad and very protective of the students that work there, and they called him immediately. Apparently I don't know, apparently I think he showed up and the dude got scared off and left, and apparently the girls were like locked in the car like bawling because this dude was like fucking yelling at them.
Because once the adrenaline wears off, your immediate response is emotional. Because like, my instance was just like, a guy got pissed at me. But like as soon as that was over, like I was fucking shaking because that shit like freaks you out. Like it's not safe. Like you don't know if somebody's drunk or high or anything. So like you have to be extremely careful. And I honestly wasn't. Like I'm not gonna make that fucking mistake again. Like next time I'm just gonna keep my window up.
That happened to some people at my work recently.
Yeah.
They were on a night shift, and they were we're supposed to break at like town parks, not like just a random ass parking lot. If it's like a town owned thing because we work for the city or the town, whatever.
Yeah.
You have to break there. They're breaking at a park and a car pulls in, and the dude gets out, like immediately gets out of the car and walks over to the truck they're sitting in, and he starts barking at them through the window, like, you better get the fuck out of here! You gotta fucking leave! Get your asses out of here or I'm gonna fucking come in through this window! And they're very calm. He didn't like immediately go 0 to 100. He was getting like pissed, like asking them to leave, and then he was like, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
Dog.
One of the girls who was working, who normally is the sweetest person on the entire planet, she's like pretty like 180 turns like, excuse me, sir, are you threatening us?
Whoa.
And the dude was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And she was very
Fucking fire, dude.
Dude, she afterwards I asked her, I was like, I think you could have taken him. And she was like, I was so ready. I was straight up ready to fucking
Like,
take the dude out.
emotionally ready to take the guy.
I'm pretty sure she's like proficient in martial arts, so I feel like she could have fucked the dude up. But she was straight up like, okay, we're gonna leave. As they leave, guy that was in the truck with her is kind of like shaking a little bit, and they pull into another park. And they're like, okay,
the
you
guy
know what?
fucking follow
It's
them?
another simple thing. They see a car pulling in behind them. And the same fucking dude, at this point, I think they're like throwing garbage out or something because everyone eats in their truck. And the fucking dude comes up behind them and this is exactly, he went up to the dude and he was like, I told you to get the fuck out of here. To the dude.
That's like physical assault, basically.
Yeah. So apparently, again, I think girl went up to him and she was like, okay, you need to fucking leave. We're gonna call the cops because you've touched him.
Yeah, you.
And at this point, they're like, they go into their car and the dude's still barking. The guy's girlfriend gets out of the car and she tells him, she's like, okay, you know what? I'll deal with them. And they go away. And then she comes up to the window and she's just like, I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
He has like mental health and anger issues.
Oh no.
Please, for the love of God, do not call the cops on him.
Did they call the cops anyway?
And they were like, he just hit him.
Yeah.
And she was like, please, God, please don't call the cops on him. Like, I think this has happened before.
Yeah.
And she was like, bad shit will happen if you call the cops. So they called the supervisor and said, what do we do? And his response was, don't call the cops because apparently that's happened before and the cops don't give a shit.
The cops don't give a shit, but like.
I won't call the cops
Yeah.
anyways.
Oh, I wouldn't call the cops.
Yeah.
So
unless like if he was on his own, maybe. But if you see that there's somebody kind of like there, I wouldn't call the cops. Cops don't do shit here.
The cops in this town don't do shit. Anyway.
I have fun experiences with them. Anyway.
We're getting
another podcast.
Yeah.
I have one. I have one story.
Ooh.
A scary story that's similar to the being followed thing. Actually, but like it was just like me being
Paranoid?
I think rightfully paranoid, because this is me at a friend's house. That was in a faraway town. I don't know. I forgot what the town's name is, and honestly, I'm not gonna name it because it's a really small ass town.
Oakville.
Faraway town. Literally the smallest place I've ever been in. And then I was supposed to go from there to pick up Danielle. And that was like an hour drive away. Here's the thing, that hour drive away was all just fields and it was nighttime.
Oh man.
So it was all back roads and
fun.
just straight up like out of a horror movie driving down like I felt like a deer was gonna like walk in front.
When I drove to fucking see your play at Loyola at the end of the year or whatever, I don't know why my Google Maps, like I live really close to Loyola. It took me to the one in Mississauga. And I had highways, this is before I was comfortable going on the highway, I had highways turned off, and I was going down Burnhamthorpe in the dark, like at night.
Yeah.
And at some
that
point,
country
as
part.
soon as I hit the fucking school, I started bawling my eyes out because I was like, I don't know where the
no.
fuck I am, and I'm gonna be late. I was like just on time. I still remember because I ended up turning around and I like called Victoria. I was like, Victoria, I don't know where I am. It's super dark. And school is closed.
So imagine
Yeah.
driving down Burnham Thorpe, but
like an hour.
for an hour,
That's
and
fucked.
and Burnham Thorpe is like fairly near at
And
like
it's
civilization.
A pretty big road too.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people go
Civilization.
on.
Yeah, it's just the Oakville
It's-
part that's country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Burnham Thorpe's fairly near civilization. Like if
Yeah.
you go like 5 minutes down, like if you turn right and then go 5 minutes down, then you'll find places.
Yeah.
This is if you turn right, you won't find another place for
Oh
like
shit, are we in like Milton
for
territory
like
here?
yeah, basically.
Yeah!
Whoa.
For like-
Shout out Milton.
For like
Don't shut up.
maybe like
I know, right?
for maybe like 30 to 45 minutes you won't find civilization. So literally from as far as I could see it was all fields. And I was just following Google Maps, right? And at first I was kind of scared because I was driving alone. Like literally just me in the car listening to music and no other cars around
Yeah.
me. And I'm like, oh, this is really creepy. I don't like driving alone because what if a fucking like animal comes by?
Yeah, like that's fun.
I hit it, and then like I have to like, or what if like my car breaks down? I have to pull over, and there's like nowhere. Like at least I still have service, right?
Yeah,
Actually, there was one point where I didn't have service, and that really scared
that's
me.
really freaky.
Yeah.
Like that's the point where you're like, maybe you should invest in a satellite. phone like that.
But then I thought I was scared being alone. Then a car pulls up behind me, and I'm like.
It's a little sexy.
I'm like, and I'm looking behind me, like, at my mirror, and I'm like, okay, maybe I preferred being alone. Because,
Yeah, one is definitely worse than nothing.
yeah,
Two is fine.
yeah, two is
One is
fine,
bad.
one is,
Did you see the person's face in the room?
I couldn't.
No, because it's night. You can't
It's
see shit
nighttime,
except for
and
their headlights.
yeah.
Right.
And that shit blinds you. Like you basically lose all of your vision.
So
from
I
front.
tried to like kind of speed up a bit, like keep a considerable amount of distance, but I noticed, because there was a lot of like, turn right, left, right, left. I noticed that every single turn I was taking, they were taking the same turn.
That's fucked.
For a good solid like half an hour
I mean,
That's
like
freaky.
that's really weird.
down this, like it's literally so.
Like it's a back road. Like
Yeah.
How likely
I
is
was
you're
like,
going in the same
I was like,
direction?
holy fuck! I'm like panicking, but like also just trying to stay chill.
Yeah. That's
So
the part
I
where you
started-
call somebody and you stay on the line.
I started doing a test, and my test was okay. Every time I'm gonna pull up to a turn, I'm not gonna signal, and I'm gonna see if they signal the same way.
Did they?
They did, like, so I knew that they weren't.
They were
follow-
just kind of going.
They were going like the same direction
Okay.
as I was.
That's very smart.
But yeah, I
It's a good
like
test.
pulled up to the stop sign and like waited for them to signal. I'm like, oh shit, they're going the same way. Until eventually, maybe like 45 minutes in, then we finally like turned different ways.
I bet, like, here's the thing. Whenever I notice that I'm kind of following a guy, I'm like, dog, fuck. Why are you going the same way? It's weird on my part.
Yeah, no, I have that too.
I feel that too.
Dude,
I
eventually
look like
near
a
the-
freak.
near the end where you turn without signaling, there's so you go from being, I hope they aren't following me, to them going, who's this asshole that isn't signaling?
Bruh,
Bro, I almost slammed into you.
my guy.
Yeah, or you do the tried and true. Oh, nice signal, buddy. That was a
They
good one.
flash at you, their
Yeah.
fucking high beam's like, signal, bro, I need to know where you're going.
Oh, remember when we were in the drive-thru and the dude started high beaming
not
us,
listening.
and we were like,
Tell me about your drive-through wiles, my guy. Fuck.
oh,
I
Diane,
fucking, honestly, you'd be surprised how angry you get about stuff that you didn't even know was a problem until you start. Like, I'm like, dog, why is this fucking guy not doing blah, blah, blah? And it's like, you didn't know that this was a problem until you start working in the drive-thru, my guy. Like, a lot of the things you start to get angry at when you work in retail is because you work in retail and not, like, because people just know. Like, you're just like, do you not have any fucking friends who work in retail? Anyway, tell me about the guy who is high beaming you.
well, no, it was really simple. We were in the drive-thru early in the morning one day, and this dude started high beaming us like randomly, and we were just like, we're in a line. What did we do wrong? So then Chris, in his infinite wisdom, just went, I wish we could reverse high beam.
Oh fuck! slam your like park and then fucking hit the brake and then it'll flash the
flash
red
the
light.
reds,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, like we're having a fucking conversation in like Morse code. Yeah. And the dude's like, da, 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 da.
Oh fuck. Do you want to hear actually, this is the last scary story I think before I think we should rapid fire the 7 because we're over an hour now.
Are we?
We're
Yeah.
at an hour because
We're
we
at
started
an hour.
around 3.
Oh yeah, okay. So fucking, I was in the drive-through. This is back when we were first kind of opening, so we were understaffed and overworked and just like kind of in a shit place. And the drive-through line was held up for whatever reason. And the guy who was second before the window, so he was like, there were he was 3 deep in the window, folks. If you know that reference, wink, wink. But anyway, so he was fucking. What's it called? He was the second person behind the window, and he starts fucking slamming on the horns. I still remember his drinks. It was 3 dopey espressos, all with 3 raw sugars, and he was like slamming on the horn. And then he had a pickup truck, so he drove over the curb,
Oh.
parked, came in with his buddies, and they were like these like fucking kind of burly dudes, and they were like, "Where's my fucking coffee? I want my coffee. The bitch at the window didn't give me my coffee."
Oh, no.
And I'm like sitting, trying to serve the fucking people at the window, and I'm shaking my ass off, just trying not to make eye contact, and I can hear him fucking yelling. My supervisor sucked, but bless him, because he was really good with dealing with shitty customers. Went up and he's like, "I don't want your money, here's your coffee, go. Like, here's your coffee, like, you'll get it, but get out of here. Like, you can't use that language in here, like, you can't make threats, like, leave." And the guy was like, "No, I want to pay for it." And he started to get embarrassed, I think, because he was like, realizing it looked like he was trying to do this to get it for free.
Smart
and he's
tactic.
like, "No, it's not a smart tactic.
No, I mean
dick
smart
move.
tactics
You're gonna-
on like the supervisor's part.
Oh yeah, like, but like that guy, if he pulls that shit every time, he's gonna run out of like. There's only 11 of them in Oakville or something. Anyway, so then like I'm like fucking like he was like aggressive. Like the fucking place was silent. Like it was really bad. We've had a few instances. Like one guy came through, he threw a glass bottle at the window, but they're all like, you know, kind of fortified, so like they're not gonna break at one glass
Yeah,
bottle.
you guys took over
And
the
he
old
booked
Dairy
it.
Queen.
Yeah, we
That was like a bunker, dude.
in the first like 3 months, do you know how many like, and I always felt bad because it's always people who are coming in with their grandkids and they were like, "Can we get a vanilla cone?" It's like, "We have a vanilla bean frappuccino, 5 times as much if you want instead," and they're like, "No," and they drive through.
Dude,
Now that's gone, but yeah.
it's very sad.
Rapid fire the last 6 topics, go.
Okay, so
No stories, just answers.
I don't have them exactly on me. Hanan asked something like, talk about our friendship. Hanan, we're friends.
You just mispronounced her name.
I'm sorry, I'm trying
Is
to
it
go
pronounced Hanan or Hanan?
I don't know, because I've heard multiple people say multiple different pronunciations, and even she has used multiple pronunciations on different occasions.
What the hell?
She also asked, talk about the girl you're talking to.
Ooh.
I'm talking to a girl. Next.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Ralph. Go get him, Tiger. That's my favorite video of Ralph.
Go Tigers!
Yeah! Yeah!
And that's pretty much
My
it.
friend the other day told me, like, guess what the mascot is in Stranger Things, and I was like, Tigers! Because I haven't even seen season 3 yet, but I knew in my bones
It
as
was
soon as she
in
told
season
me.
1. It's the
I didn't
Tigers.
fucking pay attention. I don't
That's
care.
fair. That's fair.
Anyway,
That was before pretty much it was in our lives, man.
Yeah, that's
more
true.
topics.
More topics. One of the other ones was talk about European independence post World War II.
Who the fuck gave that?
It's
Bro.
my buddy Josh from
God, I
school.
wish you asked this first because I could talk about this forever. Anyway, a next question because that's like an hour. worth of
Iron
topics.
Curtain. Next.
Next.
Honestly, the rest were kind of like forgettable. So
Damn, you just fucking.
Fuck you.
also they're all on my phone and I forget.
Come on.
Oh wait, you know what? What if I pull up my Instagram and we really quickly?
Can you do that on desktop?
Yeah, can you do that on
Look
desktop?
at stories.
Oh, you can't
Ellie,
look at
Did
responses.
you get any more? Did you get any more?
I didn't. My followers are a bunch of Oh, actually no. Macaroni salad. Absolutely disgusting or absolutely disgusting? I've never had it.
Macaroni salad?
I like it.
It's alright. That's the same thing as pasta
I
salad.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I've
I
never-
don't think I would like it.
I think there's something kind of fucked up about cold pasta, but I've never actually tried it. So, okay, this is actually interesting because I don't know if you consider yourself one. Again,
Wait,
we're
what
not
do
at
you
the
mean?
same level. Like we're not at this. I don't. Like here's the thing. I
just
haven't been
directed
let
towards
into Loud Ralph zone, so I don't know if you consider yourself an artist. But favorite traditional medium. I think that this could work for film.
like my favorite, like, what do you mean, like, my favorite, like...
Traditional. So let's say pre-digital medium. Like, what's your favorite pre-digital medium for, like...
35mm film.
Fuck yeah. You?
Come back to me.
You?
I gotta look at
16mm.
Okay. I love... this is hard, because now I'm thinking of every single one. I really like the way other people do graphite. I want to learn how other people use graphite like that, and pastels. But my favorite to use is ink. Let's say ink.
Monsters Inc. What about
But
you,
I'm
Ryan?
I'm trying to think, like, 70mm is...
Oh, 70mm is pretty
Oh.
good.
That's some fucking...
Yeah, that's fucking rad, bro. I don't know what that is.
70mm film is fucking
Fat.
beautiful, dude.
PHAT. Fat.
Fucking, like, you're looking at, like, some old school, like, CinemaScope shit.
Ooh.
Like, fucking...
Yeah.
Double width.
I'm also a big fan of 8mm.
8mm is pretty solid.
Something about 8mm, it's easy to use. It's easy to, like, I mean, compared to everything else. Really enjoy that. 16mm, you know, 16.
I mean, I could like kind of have a bias towards 16mm, mostly because like from now on we're supposed to get like a 16mm type look,
F.
and also F for from now on, and also because I shot on 16mm, for my first year, so
Fucking school.
yeah,
Dude,
for
fucking
school.
70mm is just like such a it's like the 70mm is like the classic like cinema
Yeah.
look, and it's just there's something about it, man, that just looks so fucking like the colors and the fucking the depth. It looks so classic,
I totally agree.
and it's something I wish we would have more of in today's.
Industry.
Yeah.
I don't know shit, so this is like my very outsider perspective, but what I notice is like
Fuck.
recently a lot of like film, like movies that are filmed on film have like a very like colorful look about them that I think if you're shooting on digital there's more room for editing, but like
yeah.
you lose a lot of the like
The feel, yeah.
yeah.
There's a very specific reason why a lot of companies didn't want to switch to digital, and that's technically speaking, film will always be higher quality for various and very complicated technical reasons. It will always be higher quality, whereas cameras would develop more and more and more. The image is deeper.
To be fair, nowadays
Now the lines are getting a little more blurred.
yeah, you can really like cameras, like digital cameras look fucking nice now.
I would love to. There's something
There's
about
a one
film,
with
though.
the-
It's
has
the
the word
depth,
red in
really.
it. Yeah.
Film
Film has a specific look to it,
a
but
digital lens and a digital sensor doesn't have the same depth of field. You can try to imitate it, and no matter how good that depth of field looks, you won't get it 100% bang on. And it's so hard to describe. Like, we've had to study this shit. If you look at it, there are like little minute differences. If you watch a film that was shot on film, you
you
can
can't
tell.
even really describe it too.
You
can't
can't.
describe
If you
the
put them-
differences, but like you would know the differences.
Like, even we could. I feel like we could straight up show you two like side by side shit, and
feel
you
like-
could totally tell what was.
I feel like the same kind of thing happens in digital art, like when you're looking at still. Like, obviously the parallels aren't the same.
Yeah.
But I find like it's almost the opposite, where it depends on how professional you are, obviously. Like, you know, the better you are. Like, assuming expertise in your craft, I find like digital just tends to get a preference just because it's usually viewed in an online medium.
Yeah.
Whereas like with traditional, I find like there's something. I used to not really have this opinion because I used to be primarily a digital artist, and I think I still am to an extent. But like before I like actually started to get into traditional media, like, you know, I used to think like, oh yeah, like if you're doing digital art or traditional art, like it's the fucking same, and like it doesn't matter. And even if the subject you're doing is the same, I think like, you know, there's an infinite amount of widths and thicknesses and pressures that you can apply in a traditional medium, but in a digital medium like 4,000 and whatever,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's an exponential number. Like there's a limit to how much pressure you can apply, and there's going to be jumps. It doesn't matter how small those gaps are or how small like the eye can detect. I think like if your computer isn't brilliant or amazing or the latest, like it's not a very accessible kind of depth
It's like
that you can achieve.
we're reaching. Sorry, go ahead.
I just think like, especially for graphite, like I mentioned earlier, like
Yeah.
that is the one thing I can never really replicate in a digital medium. It's like the look and feel of graphite. And like even just scanned, even if it's scanned and turned into a digital drawing, like graphite will always look the best, and Conte and oil, all of that stuff will always look at its like highest quality in a traditional medium, because there's no pixels. It's just, you know, dimension, and that's kind of it.
We're reaching a point with film specifically where camera quality is gonna not matter in a few years.
Yeah.
Because
Quantum computers, baby.
Well, the human eye, if you look at pixel density, the human eye can barely detect above 4K.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
And we're doing 8K cameras
Yeah, I
now.
think
Like
that's
Red
horseshit.
has an 8K camera.
I think that's horseshit. I think like the focus on like this technical, like this is my problem with like when fucking movies are like, look at like how much Disney has improved. Like this is specifically because I saw this on Twitter, but like they were showing a side by side of like The Lion King from the 90s. And keep in mind, I haven't even seen The Lion King from the 90s. I'm a bad artist, whatever, fuck me. I haven't even seen The Lion King from the 90s, and they were showing a side-by-side to the live-action one. They were like, look at how insane, like, the technical animation whatever got. And
That's
it's like,
a terrible
first of all,
comparison.
you're making a bad comparison.
It's like you're comparing colored pencils to fucking oil paints. Like, what are
Exactly.
you...
It's not even that. It's like you're comparing colored pencils to a picture.
yeah.
Like, you can do hyperrealism,
Yeah.
but, like, it's not efficient in the same way that taking a picture is with an algorithm. And the other thing is, like, the fucking animated, the 2D hand animated one, had so much emotion and so much feeling that the live action one could never have. I think, like, there are some CGI movies that fuck.
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah, bro.
Fucks. It's one of the best pieces of art, like, visually at least, that I've ever seen.
I think that was like 100% the best movie I saw last year.
Oh, it's insane.
It's
I was waiting for it since,
wonderful.
like, 2015. Like,
I remember when they released that teaser trailer
that
of
teaser
Miles
trailer.
going off the building.
Oh,
and I remember
goosebumps.
me and you being like, this is the fucking future, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, this is...
The fucking
movie
animation, man,
fucks.
is so fucking
So good.
Well, we're
We're
out of time. We're out of
Oh my
time.
god, good chat, boys.
Wow.
Lads.
I'd like to thank Ellie for coming on the podcast.
Thanks, Ryan.
Ellie, we'll have you back.
Oh,
when we
I'm
can.
happy to be back. I love clout.
Love,
No,
love.
thank
Where can we find you?
So, like I said earlier, I am on Instagram the most, EHLIHR, NPR voice. I'm also on Twitter, but mostly that's for fucking goofs. I'm on Tumblr. If you,
Oh my God.
If you, but
deleted
only,
my Tumblr.
literally, but only for Good Omens. If you fucking watched Good Omens,
Oh, I
like,
want to.
dog, it is. Oh my god, it's so good. Okay, fuck Neil Gaiman a little bit, but like that is, he said some shit I don't agree with. But anyway, Good Omens is a fucking good show. Highly recommend. Anyway, why is this a plug for Good Omens? But yeah, Instagram the most, Twitter, what else?
Use YouTube.
Tumblr. I do use, I use
You
YouTube.
used to.
I was super active in grade 10. I like,
I'll throw back.
that, and then
Remember when
I,
we
like,
used to
stayed-
crash our light? We used to
Oh,
crash
that
our
was
live
so fun.
streams.
Yeah, I do live streams a bunch. I'm
That was
trying to become more
fun.
active on YouTube, so like follow me there, I guess. It's the same everywhere. EHLIHR, Ayler.
Follow up.
Yeah, thanks for having me, folks.
And you can follow us at GOOSHLEMS.
Yeah, follow, like our page on Facebook. We have like 3 people who like that
Oh,
page.
yeah, I have a Facebook page too.
Yeah.
We're gonna start posting exclusive content on there.
No, we
Three
aren't.
people.
Yeah, for the 3 people.
Oh, and I have a Ko-fi if you want to donate to me. It's still EHLIHR.
Cowards, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad I was able to host.
Who were you?
Who were you?
Who am I? Or who was I? I was Ryan Tocheri.
I was Ralph Ramo.
I was Chris Bradley Cruz.
Tomboka Ramen, please sponsor our podcast. Cowards, it's been a good run, but we know what's gonna happen next week. We'll be back here, exactly here,
Doing comments.
For the comment episode.
for the comment episode.
Oh my god.
And you know when that's gonna be, and where it's gonna be? It's gonna be on the same Goosh time and the same Goosh channel.
Wow.
That's crazy. Cowards, thank you for watching.
Oh, this is going to be a good goof. Yeah, get him. Get him.
Yeah! USA! 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 And then it just fades out.
I'd like to shout out Ralph for keeping that toothpick in his mouth the entire podcast.
That's like pretty fucking cool.
And I'd like to shout out Ryan for keeping this hat on all podcast, even though it itches.
Fuck Ryan.
Yeah, fuck you, Ryan.
USA.
Dog, you were
USA.
saying a decently serious story earlier, and I was like, fuck, don't laugh unless you're looking at his hat.
You just yeehaw out of here, and we're gonna.
Oh, that's
yeehaw.
right.
Hey, stay woke, kids.
Stay woke and stay on that horse, youngins. Yeah!
I hate that.